Hello everybody. Happy Saturday. I hope you have had an absolutely wonderful week. I'm your host Lauren and you're listening to Pass the Positivity on KWUR 90.3 FM. We spend an hour every week together focused on mindset growth and just spreading kindness because positivity takes practice. A good week starts with you and a great week starts with us. Today might be my last show this year, which is so crazy to say, and I want to thank you all so much for joining me every Saturday and just sticking through this and supporting me. It means so much to me. So this episode, we're going to be reflecting on freshman year with my new roomie and really close friend, Carolyn.
Hi.
I'm so glad that she's joining me. She has been such a positive light in my year and new addition to my life, and I'm so grateful to have her.
I'm so grateful to have you, Lauren. I love you, Lauren.
My dad is so funny. Yes, Dad, this might be my last show because next Saturday I have my management exam.
Oh, she's gonna crush it.
Thank you. And when's your last exam?
Tuesday. So next Tuesday.
So you don't leave until
May 6th.
May 6th. Okay.
Yeah.
Yikes. I might be leaving May 4th. Or
Okay.
I am leaving May 4th. So excited for summer break.
Yes.
I feel like freshman year is just, I can't even believe it's over.
I know, it went by so fast.
It really did.
Yeah.
Yesterday was our last day of classes. How was that for you?
Wait, it was really fun. The weather was it was raining in the morning, but then the sun came out, and I thought that was very symbolic.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had that's very true. It was rainy in the morning, and then it started becoming very beautiful out, and we had a special guest on campus, the kid Leroy, if anyone.
MKTO.
Oh, and MKTO. It was, what? I'm in the car with Mom, and I think we're going to crash. Oh, is that my brother? That's Jack. That makes way more sense. What do you mean, Jack? I don't think you should be... It's not joking about that. Hello? Yes, it is a big birthday day. It is my mom's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday! Happy
Shout out
birthday.
to my mom. I love you, Mommy. You are the best, and I'm so happy that you're celebrating with Jack at Penn Relays. I wish I could be there with you, though, but focus on the road, please.
Oh, happy birthday!
Okay. Thank you for listening, Jack. We're gonna go into thinking about who we were at the start of freshman year versus now. So, Carolyn, how would you describe beginning, orientation week you?
I feel like there was a lot of activities at the beginning of the school year, so it was a little bit overwhelming, but at the same time it was so exciting, and I was just really excited to leave home for the first time. But I think there was so much growth to be done, and so many people to meet, and I don't know, it was the world was your oyster, and it was a little scary at first, but I feel like we all became so close, and I'm so grateful for that.
Yeah, that's so true. I think freshman year, in the beginning, or just towards the end of the year, I was so nervous about how I was going to be perceived, and just I think going to a high school that I've been there for so long, I was in my high school from 4th grade all the way till graduation, so it was it was a long time since I've had to make friends, and so coming to college, I was really nervous on if I knew how to make friends, how people were going to think of me, and I think I put a lot of pressure on myself to paint a new image or
Absolutely.
use this reset for
exactly.
clean
It's nobody
slate.
knows who you are.
Yeah, and I feel there's so much excitement around that, but also a little bit of stress. Yeah. But one of the best decisions I made was actually out of my control, which was us all being lean.
Yeah, that was actually, oh my gosh, I love the Watching universe for that.
Yeah, there was no, I don't know, we had no control over the fact that our whole friend group ended up on the same
Yeah.
floor, same building. It's really crazy, actually.
It actually is. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
so grateful.
Yes, very grateful, and I think that being one of the great, like, luckiest things to happen to us just says a lot about how letting things be and what's meant to be will be, because it just happens. I will say, like, now, confidently, I genuinely believe choosing WashU was one of my best life decisions.
Absolutely.
I
I
think,
totally agree.
I don't think I could see myself anywhere else. I don't think I've had. It's like freshman year was better than I could have.
Exactly. And like you don't know what to expect, and it's just like everybody says like, you know, it'll work out, and they're right.
It really
Yeah.
does. Yeah, and that
Yeah.
for you, I feel like that really means a lot, because Carolyn had a kind of a crazy college.
Yeah.
College process was
Yeah.
a process.
It was a process, but no, it really made me believe that like what is meant to be yours will be, and you'll make it work too. You know?
Yes, I think freshman year with the mixing around with finding your friend group and stuff, you really learn that if it's hard for you to maintain or it doesn't feel right, then it maybe just isn't meant to be.
Exactly. And you have so much liberty, and like you're so independent that like you can choose which people like you want to keep surrounding yourself
So
with.
true.
You know?
That is so true. Okay, let's see. Ooh, Carolyn, what is something you believe now that you didn't believe before college?
Ooh.
That's so sick. That's our voice.
Okay. I feel like good things take time. I feel like in high school, like everything was always so fast paced, like whether that was classes or like finding friends, or just like extracurriculars. And I feel like college, since we have so much free time between classes, like you really learn that sometimes you just need to like take a pause, take a breath, and like you're gonna have hard days, but genuinely like good things will take time, and you have to, I don't know, be patient with it. And like everybody is like you're 18 or 19 and you're leaving home for the first time, and like that's scary, but genuinely if you give it time and like you focus on yourself and like surrounding yourself with people who are good influences in your life, like everything will work out, which I know is like kind of what we were saying before, but I feel like big picture, like that's genuinely the biggest life lesson I've learned this year.
Yeah, definitely. Let me think. Before college, sorry, someone won't stop calling us. And there's a note on it that says, "Do not answer," from this exact guy.
Oh.
Should I maybe get George? Yeah, I'm gonna ask George. But keep them educated. No, okay. George, there's a number that keeps calling that says don't answer. Like, there's a note on the phone that says don't answer from this guy.
Antoine?
Yeah.
Did he call?
He's calling like so many times.
Don't answer.
Just let it ring.
Let it ring.
Okay.
We are letting it ring.
Okay, we're letting it ring. I don't think the mic is really picking it up, so
Yeah.
I guess we have a little background music.
Yeah, ambient music. Ambient sound.
Yeah, ambient sound. Okay.
Yeah.
What before college, I didn't believe that I really had trouble seeing that there's life outside of school.
Yeah.
I think in high school, that was like my bubbles were like school first, and I know, like, yes, to my parents, that is very important. Like, my bubble is school first and stuff, but I think college shifted for me in like an exponential way that it is just a part of your life, because in college it literally, like, maybe less than 50% of my day is spent in class and studying, and then the rest is like taking care of myself, hanging out with friends, feeding myself, like.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just so different to high school, and I don't think I would have been able to understand that until I got to college.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's like your whole life now.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I was talking about this yesterday, but like in high school, I guess you could really separate it. I mean, you go to school and then you come home and it's just like everything's normal. But here it's like you genuinely choose what fraction of the day like you want to take up, like studying or like spending time with friends, and like it's a lot of liberty that you're given, and I think like budgeting that is also like a crucial part of freshman year, like learning like what slice of the pie you want, to
So
occupy.
true. Yeah. Very true. You have a lot more control. I honestly will say that I tried to tell myself that everything will work out. Like, you go to a college that's meant for you, it'll be if it'll be. But I don't know if I really believed it in high school until actually it, like, genuinely working out. Like, you have to experience it to understand that when people tell you, like, trust the process, like, it actually works.
Yeah, trust the process.
Actually,
like, 3 keywords. Retweet.
That's so true. And I think it also just goes with so many other things in life. Like, if one piece of advice just really doesn't feel true to you or it doesn't align with you, like, give it time. And I think when you experience it, you'll understand better. And also, just when you're giving advice and some people aren't receptive to it, or you don't feel super connected to the advice, understand that some advice just won't apply until you, like,
exactly
live through it, I guess.
That's so true. Like, different words are meant for you in different times of your life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, I think it's time for a public service announcement. Would you like to do the honors of reading?
Sure.
Okay, we're gonna flip through to a random page. Okay, would you like to read this one?
Sure. Start here?
Yeah.
Okay. A Smoker's Tale. You wanted to be cool, which led you to smoking, which led to a pack a day. When you met that special someone, which led to starting a life with them, which led to wanting to live longer, which led to quitting. Then you heard you may be at risk for lung cancer, which led you to getting a low-dose CT scan. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Thank you so much, Carolyn. Okay. Moving into... Are there any moments this year that you can think of and that make you feel like you were a, like, de-shelled version of yourself? Or, like, when did you feel the most yourself this year?
That's a really good question. Okay, I feel like, so before coming to Wash U, I took a gap year where I worked in, like, a lab, and I was kind of just, like, surrounded by a bunch of adults, and it was just me, and I'm an only child, so I don't have any siblings. So I feel like, okay, academically, I'd say, like, I was the most unshelled when I started my immunology club, because it was just so fun to, like, kind of intertwine something that I worked on this whole year in isolation with, like, the people that I love the most on my floor, and just seeing how excited that, like, my friends were, and, like, I don't know, participating in something that we're all, like, equally interested in, and just, like, explaining to them, like, the things that I'd, like, been working on, and, like, them seeing them be so receptive to it and, like, excited about it, just made me feel really at home. And then also I think, like, de-shelled, I guess, just, like, the most simple moments, like, I feel like when we went to Panera for the first time together, that was so fun. And, like, yeah, I feel like meeting new people just, like, helps you learn even more about yourself, and, like, I don't know, like, just getting to know you has been, like, so, like, just so freeing. And, like, I feel like our little karaoke nights and, like, just, like, small little moments like that, like, Izzy's room, like, I feel like are the most raw and, like, emotional moments.
I totally agree.
What about you?
No, yeah, I think that you can tell that our friendship is so genuine by the fact that I don't think either of us could define the moment we got closer.
Exactly.
You know, like, I don't know. Like, it just progressed, and I don't have, like, a specific memory of, like, when I was introduced to you or something.
Same.
I think just we started getting closer, and then suddenly, like, she's, like, my top contact or something. Like, we just text each other, we just see each other in the halls, and I think it's really beautiful how our whole friend group became more comfortable with each other without trying to force it.
Exactly. It was, like, so organic.
And it's, like, our safe space is literally our common room. I think it's just so... it's so, like, sweet and heartwarming to think that a space is, like, just where you're supposed to study, but it becomes so much more because of the people that fill it. And I literally check that room every time I go by it to see if someone's in there.
Yeah.
And it's so, like, the excitement that we all get when we run into someone. It's like the place that you just go, and it's so special to us. And I think our floor, just in general, TFL will always have, like, a really special place in my heart.
So special.
I'm trying to think of it. I mean, building off on what you talked about with your immunology club, which I'm so proud of you for starting, because I remember you bringing it up, we talking about, like, when we were, how do I wear Canva, like, it was such, it's just so genuine in our friendship, like our big group, the support that people have for each other.
Absolutely.
That there's no, like, unfortunately I don't know anything about pre-med, but like Avery, like the friends that even weren't super connected to pre-med, like they still are part of the club, like they wanted to be part of the club, they show up and they support, like we support each other in all different aspects, even like anything that someone else is passionate about, there's genuine passion from the rest of us. Like my show or something, like my friends have been so receptive to that, and they show up, they listen, and they have just, it's been really great. And I think one thing that I'll always like hold on to, and I think it's really great advice, is that you want friends, or surround yourself with people that view your wins as like their own wins too, because there's zero competitiveness, and it's just like no jealousy. It's like they want to see you win and you want to see them win, and it just feels great to witness that, right? And
I totally agree with that. And like when we all go to Izzy's shows, or like Sophie's singing, like
that was true when we all went to see Izzy's show, when we went to Sophie's like acapella comp, that was great, and TJ's case comp that just happened. Like it's just so sweet to celebrate other people, and I think that's one of my favorite parts of being a good friend to people, is because I think I feel deeply excited about hearing when my friends succeed at something, or are passionate about something. And I think when you take that first step of being more vulnerable around your friends, it's scary, but it's so worth it, because if they're the right people, they'll be so receptive to it, and they'll open up, and it just happened. Like I remember when you first shared your like whole college process, where we were just sitting outside, and it just like it goes so organically when it's meant to happen. You just talk about it,
and you just like relate so much to these people, and it's like, I don't know, there's like a whole other person behind them that you never even knew, and then it's like, so oh my gosh, like wow, we had such similar upbringings, and like
it's so true,
and like you know, like
I think well, Carolyn's, you're an only child, so I don't know if this maybe relates to you or not, but I have obviously he's listening right now, I have a younger brother, but I've never had a sister, and I've always wanted sisters. And I think living with Sophie, my roommate, and having Carolyn there, and Izzy, and then now Reagan, who's going to be her fourth student next year, it's just like, I think female friendships have always been really important to me, because they just understand you on a different, and Carolyn and I have had so many conversations of like what it means to have a female friend versus like having guy friends, and how important it is to connect on certain things that maybe just from a male perspective are a little harder to comprehend, but not on them, just the upbringing of it. And I don't know, I guess I just realized that it's really, there's just a deep level with girls that once you open up with them, like there's stuff that they're gonna get that other people, other guys, and like surface level friends could never really understand. There's like some kind of girl support that's just like in
girl
the
language. I feel you.
It's
so I totally agree.
I just love my girlfriends.
Me too.
And I love my guy friends. Like they're great too.
Wait, I feel like it's good to have like a mix. But
that is true. I don't think I had. How was your, let's talk, like in high school, how was your mix of genders with friends?
Like genuinely, like none at all. Like I had like maybe one guy like friend, but I feel like for the most part it's still kind of like like elementary, middle school, high school, you kind of like
It's so
it's like
true.
the school dance, you know,
Right.
like one of the guys are on one side, the girls
So
on the other side.
true.
Yeah, and also
Even senior year,
yeah,
when like senior year we had one of my English classes. It was literally, I don't know, we had a class on sexism or something, or like gender stereotypes, and my teacher brought up that we were in the last semester of senior year and still sitting boys on one side, girls on
It's
the
crazy,
other side, and
I
it's
know.
just like college is like a crazy jump if that's your
So
norm.
weird. I know.
Because the mixture in genders here is unsafe.
Actually, yeah. Also, like, just, yeah, our floor, too. But,
Yeah, I guess living with guys on your floor
Yeah.
helps mix the genders, because then it's just like more normal to see guys all the time. But I think in high school, I think my lunch table was always girls.
Oh, same. Yeah,
I
same.
never even considered like that. But now here, lunch table could be whatever.
Yeah.
And sometimes
Just whatever you
sometimes it's actually sitting alone. Oh, that's something we can talk about.
say. Yeah. Yeah.
Doing things alone. Any thoughts on how that's been for you in college?
Wait, I'm a big proponent of doing things alone. Obviously safely, though, because I
Yes.
think that, like, in college also, like, you're likely gonna be in, like, I don't know, maybe, like, a city or, like, a small town.
True.
And, like, definitely don't do things alone at night, because I think that that's really dangerous. Or, like, don't
True.
do things. Yeah. So, I think, like, taking a walk in the middle of the day, like, alone, like, around your campus or, like, in like, very close neighborhoods is definitely
Yes.
safe. And, like, going and getting a meal by yourself. Whether that
mall.
be, like, yeah. Did you say the mall?
No, I said
Yeah,
mall.
that's fun. Yeah. Going out, if there are shuttles,
True.
yeah, big proponent of taking the shuttle. But yeah, I feel like it's really important because probably freshman year you're gonna have a roommate, so you're never gonna really have like a time where you can be completely by yourself unless you're like studying in the library. But I think it's really important for like your mental health to have just time alone, and you know, just time to reflect by yourself and like do things that are fun while you're alone, not just like studying in isolation. So yeah, like I feel like Lauren and I are good at this. Like, and also like you realize when you're in college that nobody's gonna judge you for sitting and like just eating a meal alone, because people can relate to that. It's like
Yeah.
there's been like obviously you and your friends are gonna have very different schedules, and there's gonna be times where like you're gonna be hungry and there's not gonna be anyone
I
around.
think the majority of the time I eat lunch, it's just alone.
Wait, me too. Yeah.
It's just like the norm, I think, and not like on no level is it personal. It's because schedules don't align, and you just have to get used to that. And I've always been really inspired by Carolyn, because like you do things alone, but it's like not in a lonely way at all. I think it's because we both understand that there's beauty in appreciating your own company, right? And like at the end of the day, being your own best friend. And it's hard though. Like I remember one day I went to Ibby's on my own, right? And then it's like you see people that go there with like their group of friends and stuff, and then you feel a little bit of loneliness. But at the end of the day, it's only lonely if you think
make it lonely.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Because like,
Lauren. Wait, I admire you so much too. I feel like you're so independent.
No.
Wait, and the fact that you go on this podcast every week and like you're able to like but genuinely, no, I'm so impressed with you.
I think
you're so independent too.
But what you said is so true. Like, do the fun things for yourself first, and you will be less hurt when other people aren't available to like do it with you or something. Like, you won't crave. I don't know. I guess like if you're someone that's really sad that no one's been free with you to go do puppy yoga or go on the date or go to the mall with you, like give yourself that power back and be like, wait, I can do it.
I can do it on my own.
You can do it on your own.
Do it.
And it's fun. Like, it's fun because you know you get to do the things that you actually wanted to do there. And most of the activities that you can do with a second person, you can also
just do it yourself.
Yeah,
exactly. Listen to some music.
True.
Pop an AirPod in.
Music, go on walks, and
talk to someone on the phone. Like, be fun.
And I think that's when you discover really who you are.
Yeah.
That you're gonna perceive things without someone else's opinion.
That's so important. That's really
that
important.
really reminds me of a movie we saw. And after we saw the movie, one of our friends, Flannery, she's so insightful and so intelligent.
Yeah.
And she made a really good point that we should think about our opinion on this movie before we go and read other people's opinions.
Yes.
And I think this applies to other aspects of the world where if you like are about to make a judgment on something, before you quickly latch on to other people's judgments on it, like really internalize how do you feel about it. And I think when you go on a trip, like even to the mall or to get food and to go to a restaurant, you actually get to think, like, what is it that I like to eat? How do I like to dress? How do I like to spend my time? Instead of when you're with friends, even if it's like unconsciously or subconsciously, you're more likely to adapt to what they're doing, I think.
Yeah, that's so true. When you go on your own adventures, it's genuinely choose your own adventure.
It is.
Yeah.
I wonder, how do you, like, this is kind of off topic, but like studying wise, are you more of a group studier or independent studier? What have you discovered about that throughout this year?
That's actually like something that I've been thinking about a lot lately, because I feel like group studier, but in a quiet setting. Because I feel like sometimes it's like when you have friends who are studying the same subject as you, they can like hold you accountable. And like if you ever have a question, like first semester chemistry was like really hard, but because it was so conceptual, and like if there was anything that like I didn't really understand, like I knew that I could ask like Carter or Barty and they would know. Or like if they didn't know something, then like one of us would be able to like I remember there was this one time where like we could not understand this one like concept, and like I don't know, it was like a particle in a box or something. And genuinely, like Carter and I just sat down and like talked about it for an hour straight, because we were just so passionate about like understanding it. So I think that like there's so much to be like learning gained by studying in a group, but then also like there's gonna be days where like for example, I can do like chemistry in a group, but like when I write, I want to like be alone, like in like a dark room, just like with my computer. So I think it like kind of depends on the assignment, but there's like definitely benefits to both.
That's so true. I think our common room space has taught me that it's not really the place you want to go if you're trying to be productive.
Exactly.
I'm gonna do
yeah.
It's not like we're definitely not studying there all the time together.
Yeah.
But when we do like lock in and do our work, I just enjoy the atmosphere of us. Maybe we're studying different subjects and we're all like there, but we're like together doing it, and it kind of pushes you. It's same with like, they say if you want to know who you're going to be like in the future, you should look at the people that you surround yourself with. Yeah. And I think our friend group is extremely academic and fun at the same time. Like we balance it really well. So when I see my friends studying, or even like if they tell me they're studying, I don't know, you just feel like a little more motivated to want to do that too. And that's why I like studying in the library or something. I don't really like the super quiet, like, I don't know, solo places, because it's not so fun for me. But I like when there's like a sense of not feeling alone in the grind, and there's like people around you also studying. I really like studying in the cafeteria. For some reason, like I'll be in BD, and I think I've learned that I enjoy studying in the morning more than late at night. But I don't know, is that the opposite?
Yeah, I think it kind of depends, honestly, on like my sleep schedule. I feel like lately I've just been like staying up really late. Yeah. So it's like hard to wake up in the morning. But no, I think that's like another big part of freshman year. It's like you learn like your study, habits and your schedule, and like what works best for like your circadian rhythms, stuff like that.
So true.
Yeah, and like I think it's so cool that like you go to BD in the morning. Like I love seeing you there sometimes when you're like, eating breakfast. Yeah, you and Annika.
She's also there. Yeah, I like that when you have friends in the same class as you, like everyone is very collaborative and like wanting to learn from you but and with you, and like just I don't know, when I studied with my friends like Sanjay, Annika, TJ, because we're all in the same management class, like they are so understanding to just like, hey, can I just explain this concept to you and you tell me your thoughts on it. And it's just like practicing teaching the concept to each other. Yes. And that's really new to me, I think, because in high school studying together really wasn't a thing. Like we were studying but like near each other, but not really like in this collaborative sense, because I think there was a underlying level of competitiveness.
I totally agree.
Which is really kind of hard to admit, because here when we're studying, like we're all genuinely wanting each other to succeed. Like if I got something wrong, if my concept was wrong, my friends here would tell me, like,
Yeah.
Sanjay would be like, wait, no, it's actually like this, let me explain it to you, where I unfortunately think that in my high school, people wouldn't want to correct you on something.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy because if you think about it, it's like, what were our end goals, you know? Because I
Yeah.
feel like in high school it's like, oh, getting into college, but here now it's like we're all on our own paths in life, and like I don't think that like in high school it ever should have been like that competitive. I think that's like
Yeah.
something that genuinely needs to be changed. But yeah, I wish that we had that when we were younger too.
I agree. I think it's really, you feel so much less alone when, especially in stressful exam seasons,
Yeah,
because everyone is also going through a stressful time, but you're like doing it together. I think that's really great. And it just, there was a weight that was lifted off my shoulder, like coming into college,
Yeah.
with like the pressure of the end goal and stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's more about learning.
yeah,
Like, actually,
absolutely.
kind of crazy. I think, I don't know if it was, maybe it was probably Bardia, Sanjay, or like one of
Yeah.
our friends, like, brought up the fact that they're not going to take a class unless they actually feel like they're learning the concept there.
Yeah,
And it's like, that's so interesting to me because I think there's some level of wanting to take an easy class just to get the A, but I admire how my friends, like, they're not searching for an A, they're searching for learning. They want to understand the concept. They want a professor that teaches it well, not just like gives you completion grade. Like, maybe
true.
that's one of your classes, but it's definitely not like your major main class or something like that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that's a perspective change for me because I think high school was a lot of getting by.
Yeah. And I think it's kind of sad because it's like if you kind of rewire your brain into thinking like, oh, I'm in this class because I want to like do something with this information in the future, then like you're intrinsically gonna retain it better because you're like, oh, like how can I connect this to other parts of my life? And that's why I feel like in college like the material can be harder sometimes, but genuinely I feel like it's so fascinating. And I just wish that when we were in high school like it was less about the competition and more about like maybe if we all just like tried to learn more and like thought about like our careers in the future, then there would be like less stress for like getting into college and stuff like that.
True.
Yeah.
I think that's even more meaningful now with like the increased use of AI or something.
Yeah.
It's just like the fact that you, I don't know, most of my friends are pre-med, right? And thinking about a doctor that got by with their classes using AI, nothing wrong with AI, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think it's something that really is just a whole deeper topic that we could dive into. But when I look at my friends, like, even though they're still not done with anything close to pre-med, but like, I would love to have them as my doctor just because of the genuine like interest there is in it right now. And I don't know if like across the years maybe that changes or something, but like I think all of our friends in like you, Carter, and Bardia, like there is true want to understand like the meaning behind these things and then loving applying it. Like I don't get the jokes, but I think it's so neat when Carter and Bardia make like academic jokes, you know, or like you make a reference to something that you learned, because it's just like you want someone that's actually passionate about their major.
Yeah.
And that's really cool.
And I feel the same way about like business and finance. Like nothing will ever be replaced by like, I don't know, AI, like human interaction, like human intelligence and emotion. Like
yeah. Because listening to someone talk about their passion is just so human, I think. Like just even if you don't really understand it, you can see like when Sanjay talks about certain business things, like
it's
he's like so
light up. I know,
he's so into it.
It's inspiring.
Or like listening to TJ and Izzy like talk about their legal studies class and their
they're like 3,000
they're like going back and forth about cases and they're like actually like trying to understand it, and it's really fascinating to see that, and I don't think you can replace that with anything.
I totally agree.
That's definitely a difference from high school because it's like studying to get the class done, but not like genuine like fascination and wanting to go beyond the grades.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, wow. Just a reminder that you are listening to KWUR Clayton 90.3 FM. I'm your host Lauren, and this is Past the Positivity. We are reflecting on our freshman year and asking some really insightful and fun questions. if you have any other like conversation ideas, please put them in the chat, and thank you so much for joining me. Our next question is this one's actually hard. Ooh, and a little deep if we're ready for that.
Okay.
What's something you struggled with that no one really saw?
Ooh. I feel like at the very beginning, like just like I know like we've said this a lot of times, but like believing that you made like believing that like you're in like the right place for you at that time. Like I think at the beginning, like during orientation week, I was like there was just so much like going on in my mind that I was like and obviously like there's all these like colleges and you have to like at the end of the day you can only go to one place, and I think it's like hard to not think about like what could have been at other places, which is like that's so hard to admit
So
because it's like obviously like you know that at the end of the day like you made the right decision, like there's so many factors and like you made that decision for a reason. But I think it's so hard like when you're on social media to like not think about like, oh, like what if I chose this other school, which is like obviously at the end of the day like if I could go back I would tell myself like why would you ever doubt that like for a minute, because obviously like life is perfect right now. But I think something that like people didn't see was like, or nobody ever talks about like ever thinking like, oh, like what if I had been in a different place. But I think that's like something else that you really learned during freshman year is that like genuinely if you made a whole pros list and you chose this school, like you're gonna see those benefits like play out, and you're also gonna make it work too, like because like there's like destiny, but then there's also like you also have to try. And like I don't know, I was kind of scared, like I'm a very shy person, it was like hard for me to like go out in the hallway and like meet new people. But I think genuinely like I remember when Sandra and Carter sat next to me in chem for the first time, and I was like, wait, are you guys on my floor? And they're like, yeah, we are. And then it's like then you start like you also have to be willing to go out and make those friendships too. And I think that that's also something that people don't talk about that much, is that like things will fall into place, but you also have to like set them up too,
Very true. Yeah, that's so true. I don't this is definitely something that people don't talk about, and I feel almost guilty saying it, and it's kind of related, but being in freshman year and then seeing the posts of the class below you and their college decisions, like of course you're so happy for them, but you also at certain levels like know what kind of students those kids were. And like I'm so happy for them. First of all, I'm saying this when I said that I'm gonna talk about something that I know other people have these thoughts but they don't vocalize it. It is hard when you see someone that you objectively defined in your head as not like you didn't think they worked as hard, or like you didn't think that they put in this it's hard not to compare yourself in that way, to see someone that you thought was like had it all and everything, and like just expected them to you already thought that they were going to go to something like this kind of school, or you just didn't expect it, and then to see them get into a school that you ranked higher in your head when you think that you're more deserving of it is really hard. I think I just remember seeing some kids in the grade below me that I had classes with them, and they were like not paying attention in class, or they like when I worked on things with them I was the one doing the work, and they were kind of free riding and stuff. And obviously I don't know their full story, but just having that initial kind of vision of them, and then seeing that they got into Dartmouth or an Ivy League or something like that, it just like it makes you go into that hole of like, wow, I could have gone there, like I should have done this, and what if I did this differently, and like why did they get it and I didn't. And that like I mean that's even something that you'll go throughout like senior year just process. But when you're already committed, I think it feels a lot stronger because you can't really go back.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's like retroactively like tracing like, oh, if I had done this differently. But it's like I don't know, we're such like stressed high schoolers, it's like we couldn't have handled it anymore,
That's true.
It's like we all tried our best. So
I mean at the end of the day, just be happy for them.
Absolutely.
Whatever way they got into that school, like, and if it's meant for them, they'll hopefully be happy there.
And like we're meant to be here, like it's
accepting
that.
I agree. Another thing, I feel like people, I don't know, homesickness is talked about here, but so I don't know if I really struggled with, I think I struggled with missing my brother because I wanted to be there for him at home, and unfortunately I couldn't do that. Or actually opposite of homesick is like the guilt you feel when you start getting busy and not being able to call your parents as much.
Yeah, that's true.
Or call them as much because you feel like you're distancing yourself, but the reality is like just trusting that you're gonna see each other again, or you're trusting with your friends.
Yes, I was gonna say that's a big part that no one talks about. It's like so hard to stay in contact with your friends back home, honestly, sometimes.
So true. Because like these are, I think people talk about this upcoming summer is a big one because you have to put the effort in, and the friends that you want to stay are the ones that, like, it's literally your choice now.
Yeah.
If you want to hang out with them, you have to reach out, and you're going to see them over the summer if you choose to do so. And I think it's a new concept of, like, not relying on the fact that you're definitely going to see them in the school year, but relying on the fact that you all chose to continue to be friends. And
absolutely.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. And I don't know, I guess also drifting friendships are gonna be hard, but like finding new friends, seeing your old friends post their new friends.
Yeah, that's something. It's hard. Yeah,
that's like, but it's just, I don't know. It's just we're just growing.
It's just a way of life.
Yeah. We'll do one more public service announcement, and then see what other questions. Maybe we'll look into some like future questions, like sophomore year.
Yeah.
On that. Okay. You can't imagine the reward. From family dinners to the first time they call you mom or dad, the rewards of adopting a teen from foster care are endless. Learn more about adopting a teen at adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council. Okay, let's see what other questions. I feel like we've really. What? So let's talk about ins and outs for sophomore year.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna talk about what we're leaving behind in freshman year, and then what we're taking with us into sophomore year.
Okay, this is good.
I think I want to leave behind trying to fit in freshman year, because I think I've already experimented with that and trying to like fit into these like different friend groups or cool ones, or acting a certain way to like please other girls or something, and it just won't work out, because if I was supposed to be in that friend group, I would be in it now, and I'm really happy with the one that I am already. So I think the best thing that I can do going into sophomore year is continuing to be myself.
Yes, I totally agree with that. I guess my first out is like feeling like you always have to say yes. Because
really good one.
I think that like when you're in college, like there's always gonna be things that are like offered to you, and you're obviously gonna want to like do all of them sometimes, but there's also gonna be things where it's like you genuinely like can't make the time for it, or like you know that like I guess the payoff is like not gonna be as like satisfying. So I think like knowing when something, like obviously, and I'm not saying like say like no to everything, but I think it's like knowing when something will really like add a lot to your life, like even if it's scary, like taking that risk and like doing things that you're uncomfortable with. I think that's also like that's a big in. But if you don't think that something's good for you, then like don't be afraid to say no.
Yes, don't be afraid to say no. I think we're gonna kick out prioritizing other people's needs, because you should be putting yourself first. Like I don't know, in high school you had that opportunity to prioritize other people, and then you could rely back on your parents to like
Yes.
take care of you on the other aspects of like food and, you know, like just like health wise. But in college, like it's literally you that has to do all those little things that relate to like you feeling mentally and physically like well.
Yeah.
So saying no to a late night hangout or something, it might be like the reason that you actually feel good the next day for classes. And like, because at the end of the day, even if your friends were like, no, but it's gonna be so much fun and you should have came, you are gonna, if you know you're gonna feel awful the next day during your studying, like, don't do it. And if you have friends that understand that too, like, no one's gonna get upset at you.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I feel like our friend group never ever like will like penalize anyone for taking care of themselves.
Definitely.
I feel like that's what we push ourselves to do.
For sure. So I think, yeah, maybe I would. This might be a little too ambitious or aspirational and maybe a little unrealistic, but I would love to leave FOMO, fear of missing out, in freshman year.
Yeah, I agree.
I
agree.
I'm trying to think. Also, in is probably gonna be our pause and goes runs. That's probably gonna come with us to sophomore.
Oh yeah.
More
connected.
Yes, staying connected is. Yeah. I don't know. I would like to limit the amount of like just junk that I ate this year because it was not fun. Like, it doesn't make you feel good. But I think freshman year is a time where you want to try every single food on campus and just like go crazy. But once you find your spots, like sticking to
then you're set. Yeah, I feel like cooking more for ourselves. I mean,
cooking should be in.
Cooking should be in, like getting our Whole Foods meals.
Yes, Whole Foods meals. Driving is gonna be in.
Decorating our suite is gonna be in.
Yes, like I think, I don't know. I feel like I've been pretty organized, but maybe I could be a little more organized next year. And I think being hard on myself is out, because I think freshman year you are pretty tough on yourself because you had a vision of who you were gonna be this year.
Exactly.
And you're not gonna achieve everything you wanted to.
Yeah.
You know, so being like optimistic about sophomore year, but also being gentle with that, like it's still only gonna be our second year of college.
Yeah, you're still gonna be like 19 years old.
Yeah,
like 20
you're
years
still
old.
gonna
like,
make
you're still
some
gonna
mistakes.
be a kid. Yeah. But it's like the growth, that's what matters.
Yeah.
Right?
It's hard to think about, but like I guess we do have to accept some kind of chance that friendships will drift next year.
Yeah, that's like hard to think about.
Which is really tough. And I'm really working on like trying to somewhat accept the fact that my friends are gonna meet new people and like undoubtedly have some new friend groups just because we're living in different buildings. We're all split up. I don't think we're in the same classes except for statistics. I think a lot of us are taking.
Yeah, that's fun.
So maybe I don't really know what that means, to be honest. Like,
yeah, I think like finding, because I feel like, I don't know, outside of classes, like for the most part we're either studying or like on the weekends like we're hanging out. So I think we have to find a new common room.
We do.
Yeah.
Putting that effort in.
And
I think lowering expectations a little bit, because here it was so easy to make an effort to stay friends with each other because like we just lived on the same floor and you could knock and get there, but like I think you shouldn't take it. I'm gonna try not to take it personal when like we don't see each other as often, because like the ones that live together are gonna get closer and we're gonna get closer because we live together. So just like acknowledging that, but I think we're still gonna stay very connected because we have an inner link.
And I feel like who's meant to stay in your life well, you know, like you'll always make it work. Like it.
Yeah, and there are friendships that you don't have to talk to all the time. Like you can go a long time without talking to them, and then you see them again and it's like
Exactly.
nothing changed.
Yeah.
And that's a really beautiful thing that I feel like is probably bound to happen, but just accepting the possibility of growth. And I think change is what's supposed to happen, right? Because like if I'm the same next year, I don't really like that idea.
Exactly. Like there's gonna be some discomfort.
Yeah.
But it'll be good.
Maybe I don't know how I would manage stress differently. I feel like I haven't been that stressed this year.
Yeah.
Like finals. I don't know. What kind of person are you thinking you want to become sophomore year? What does sophomore look like?
That's a good question. I think like you said, like not caring what other people think. Like I feel like we're actually pretty good at that. Like like as is. But like you said, like we're gonna be a lot more independent. We're gonna have like singles next year, and like like we're gonna be like doing stuff like more stuff off campus. So I think just like being comfortable and like I don't know, being more independent, but then also like being more intentional in like communication and like surrounding yourself with like the people who like mattered a lot to you this year. Yeah, it's very important.
Being more intentional is a good one. I think sophomore year I would like to like do more things and appreciate like St. Louis more and like explore more, go out, do hangouts that are not just like going out and stuff like that, like fun things. And also like cozy nights. I don't know, maybe push myself a little bit out of the comfort zone. I would love for sophomore me to know her worth a little bit more. Like I think I'm building confidence slowly, but it's still pretty fragile, and it's easy for me to still fall into like the people pleasing mode of things, or feeling like I need to hold on to those around me instead of accepting that like if it's meant to be, they'll also reciprocate things. So that's kind of tough, but I'm really excited for sophomore year.
Really excited.
I heard it's one of the best years. Sophomore year of high school was not a good year for me, but I think sophomore year of college is going to be great. We kind of got the hang of things. Winter went by really fast, personally.
So fast.
So I think we can definitely be more prepared next year. I think it will be a little more stressful just because of
the higher level classes.
Yeah. But I think junior year is going to be like right around the corner. So sophomore year, being present.
Yes, being present. That's so good. Yeah, enjoying every second of it.
Definitely enjoying every second of it. And to any freshmen that are listening to this, or people that just finished senior year and they're going into their first year of college, like it sounds so cheesy, but literally like don't be too hard on yourself. Have fun. Like be kind to yourself and be your most authentic self, whatever that looks like right now. Like let it change, let it shift, because how are the people that are looking for you supposed to find you if you're not being yourself, you know? Because what I'm saying, like, yeah, maybe you're a complicated person, but you're not going to be too much for the right people.
Exactly. And those people feel like they can confide in you too. Yes. And like just having that mutual friendship is like the most authentic thing you can find in college.
And you are important. And you so cheesy, but literally everyone else is taken. Like there's no one else you can be.
Exactly.
So enjoy it. Have so much. Freshman year was better than I could have imagined.
Yeah.
This show has meant so much to me, and do the hard things. Challenge yourself. I don't know. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
So silly.
Enjoy it.
Yeah. It feels like a party. Just enjoy it. It feels like a party every day. Be silly. Yeah. Last show of the year, I don't know. I think I've changed a lot. Yeah. I think change is so great, and build up that voice of yours, and there are people that really want to hear it. you matter so much, and not in like just you matter, like you specifically yourself, like there's a reason you are the way you are, and like you're supposed to be on that campus.
Exactly. Let's take a moment to appreciate Lauren.
Oh, stop.
No, but
No.
genuinely, like, I feel like it's been so, like, rewarding seeing how much, like, you valued this show. And, like, I remember when we were walking Tacoma that one time, and you're like, oh, like, I'm, like, doing my psych research, and, like, I'm like, developing my voice, and I feel like this week, like, I really, like, found my voice. Like, that's just, like, those are the best moments ever, to, like, see how much, like, you feel like you've grown to, and, like, we all see it, and we're just so inspired by you, genuinely. So, I love Lauren so much.
I love Carolyn. I really I'm so lucky. All I feel is gratitude.
Oh, same with you. I'm so appreciative.
And we're gonna make the most of this last week together.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining me. This was Past the Positivity. Please stay positive, and the sun is coming. Keep shining. I don't know. Silly words, but
Hey, but good words. Good
words. Silly but good.
Yeah.
I love you all. Bye.
Bye.
Something funny or like.
When I look at you like that, you lose it completely.
Yay!
Yay.
Aww.
Oh,
Sweetest
that
people.
was so fun. I love you, Lauren.
Oh, our daily hug.
Yes.
Hug people.
Hug people.
Hug people.
Find your daily hug partner.
Find your daily hug partner.
Sorry, can I just get set up?
Yeah. Go straight for it.